Hey, good morning, everyone. My voice, that was a crazy start to this video. That should wake everybody up. Let's try that again. Hey, everybody, Mark, your motivation dealer, back with you this morning. This morning on a Monday morning. Happy Monday, everyone. I know that sounds ludicrous to a lot of people, but Monday is the start of a fresh week. Your chance to make stuff happen this week, right? So today we're talking about you can be world class or you can fit in, but you can't have both. You can't be both. So what do I mean by that? What we're talking about today is if you want to be world class, if you want to be elite, if you want to be in the top 1% of all the people in this world, you're going to be perceived as insane. You're going to be perceived as uncommon. You're going to be perceived as being eccentric. All of these things go with the territory. So you've got to continue to work on whatever it is you're working on with all your might, all your passion, all your fervor, all your tenacity. Everything that you've got inside of you, you've got to work on and you've got to improve and build upon. So like I looked at my weekend this weekend. Now, you know, when we look at weekends, especially if you work a 9 to 5, it is your opportunity to relax a bit. It is your opportunity to enjoy yourself. It is your opportunity to spend time with family. It is the opportunity to do all these things, but do you get things done that further your dream as well? So do you get up in the morning and exercise? Do you eat right over the weekends? Do you put in the work? I'll use myself as an example, and not every weekend is it's the same example, but this weekend I started off early Saturday morning when I usually like to Saturday. My wife just texted me. I got sidetracked there. So normally on a Saturday morning, I get up at 5 a.m. every morning during the week, so I like to sleep in just a little bit on Saturday, try and catch up. Hey, RJ, good to see you again. So, but I set an early meeting on Saturday with someone who could dramatically influence my business, who could dramatically improve the way we're doing things, has the right network connections, has the right access. So I had a team leadership meeting early, 8 a.m. on Saturday morning, so that we could move things in the right direction. We could start getting things going in a way that I couldn't do it on my own, right? So Saturday morning had an early meeting. Then Saturday afternoon, I went and I had finally decided after many, many years of doing oral surgery and feeling, the effects of that on my body. I went to a therapeutic massage and someone who does physiologic cupping to open up the lymphatic channels and separate the skin and the fascia and the muscles apart, create room for things to flow properly. And if you're into chi, if you're into
watch out, vehicle on shoulder ahead,
chakras and meridians, then you believe in this too. But even if you're just like me, a science guy, and understand basic physiology, you understand that everything gets stuck together, everything, especially if you're not hydrated well. So anyway, so I did something on Saturday to increase my longevity, to allow me to continue to do oral surgery for as long as my body will hold out, as long as my willingness is there, as long as my abilities are still there. I'm going to continue to pursue that passion, right? So then on Sunday, I spent a couple hours working on my book. And so this weekend, if you look at the grand scheme of things, I did take it easy. I did do less than I normally do during the week. I did spend more time with family. I did actually Saturday night had a family get together, not a reunion, but sort of family get together in Scottsdale, and got the whole family together at a restaurant. It was really nice. And so my point is, you can still enjoy yourself. You can still spend time with family. You can still do all those things that you want to do on weekends, but you still get the stuff that you need to get done so that you move the needle forward. You take your life to a new level. You continue to do what you need to do. You continue to be world class, right? So if you want to be world class, you're not going to fit in. If you want to be world class, you're not going to be seen as one of the many. You're going to be seen as the exception to the rule. You're going to be seen as that person that never stops. You're going to be seen as someone like David Goggins, who people think are absolutely insane doing ultra marathons and whatnot. So you will be perceived as being different, and being different is okay. If you, like, this makes no sense to me how people want to fit in and they don't want to be different, but they want to have the life of a one percenter. The life of a one percenter only comes from doing the things that others don't do. So if you want to be a one percenter, if you want to have things that others aren't going to have, if you want to be different than everyone else, you're not going to fit in. You're not going to be one of the crowd. People are not going to understand you. You know, when my book comes out and it becomes a huge New York Times bestseller, it becomes a blockbuster book that gets turned into a movie, because that's my plan. When that all happens, people aren't going to know that I spent every weekend working on that book, because I can't do it during the week. People aren't going to understand I've spent 3 years working on it. People aren't going to understand that I've rewritten it probably 3 times over. But I want it to be right. I want it to be the way I want it to be.
Object on road ahead.
And we're almost there. I predict, and it's not a guarantee, but I predict that the book will be out by fall. After a long 3 years of developing it and writing it and rewriting it and rewriting it. So you're not going to do the things that others do. You're not going to spend all your time watching Netflix. You're not going to spend all your time playing video games. You're not. And look, I do some of those things, but I do them in small bursts. I do them in moderation. I don't do them, you know, I don't waste the 4 hours of the night that I have doing that. I don't waste the weekends doing that. Now, by the same token, I did spend more time watching a show that my wife and I watched together called Suits. If you've never seen Suits, it's a fantastic show. I really honestly don't understand how it never got. Thanks, RJ. Yes, believe me, we'll be promoting the hell out of the book when it comes out. And it's all about my history, my life, and of course, if you've been following me for a little while, you understand about the attack and you know what's gone on with the ex. But anyway, so that's the basis of the book. But I did spend more time doing the things that my wife and I enjoy doing together, and that my family and I enjoy doing together. But I still move the needle forward. I still put in the hours on my business. I still put in the hours on my book. I still put in the hours developing and furthering myself and living my dream. So you cannot have it both ways. You can't be world class and fit in. You know, if you want to be a world class basketball player like Michael Jordan or Kobe or you know any of these guys, and you can see my era. I'm not down on LeBron, but I'm still not. He came after I was watching basketball. Anyway. You know, you want to be world class like these guys, then you have to be willing to put in the work that nobody else is willing to put in. You've got to get up at 4 a.m. and hit the gym. You've got to do 3 a days and 5 a days and 7 a days. You've got to continue to work and push and step into your greatness and live your dream. And that only comes with an insane amount of work, an insane amount of effort, and honing your craft. I hone my craft every day. I work on my business every day. I work to build this company every single day. Rentec is moving forward. If you caught my bonus video, you saw that we had a big milestone event where we made our first African solar sail, right? So every day I push forward, every day I move on. You know, Saturday I shot a video. I talked about Rentec in Africa because every day I have to move the needle forward. Every day I have to be world class, and I'm not going to fit in, and people aren't going to understand, and that's okay. My family does not understand Rentec, and I don't mean necessarily my immediate family, although I'm not sure they do either. I'm talking about my extended family. Right? My extended family doesn't believe that Rentec will be a $1 billion company, and that's okay. I enjoy proving people wrong. I will have everybody say to me one day, damn, you were right. That was the way to go, and you did make it happen, and the world is a better place for it. That's why I do what I do. That's why I'm pushing so hard, because I want to make the world a better place. I want people to tell my kids what an incredible company Rentec is, and how your father made it happen. These are the things that I want for my legacy. And so in order to do that, I've got to put in the work now. I've got to build myself now. I've got to develop myself into that $1 billion leader for a company that's going to transform the world. I'm not there now. But every day I move the needle forward. Every day I do what it takes to be world class. Every day I put in the effort and I put in the work. So you need to do the same. So remember, you are going to stand out from the crowd. If you see the direction that the crowd is going, you go in the opposite direction. You move over and you go 180 degrees in a different direction. Because that's what it takes to be world class. So I appreciate you guys watching. RJ, as always, I appreciate you watching live and jumping on here and commenting. I love that. Thank you so much. Everybody else, like, share, and comment. I appreciate you, and go out and make it happen. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.